Anthony Manzano, and I'll be presenting this presentation on what I did on addiction presentation, where I took this communication class on media literacy, and I also took another communication class with Miss Sweet Dawn, they both talk about communication class, but basically I had communication 125 with Miss Dawn Sweet, basically about technology and social media and how social media were used back then. But in this class for Mr. Fink, I began doing a research on this presentation, where I learned that in this class I learned about a different type of media technique, and also I also learned about addition from this summer semester of this class on communication class on media literacy and new techs. Here you'll see I did my presentation on addition final project, where I will introduce to you about how social media is addiction. I'm not gonna say, this presentation not about why are we addicted to social media. It's about for us as men, about why it's an addiction to social media, because right now we are living in a world where, I guess, if you're a woman, or if you're a woman who feel like you are being stalked by a stranger online or in person, then I guess you are being targeted by men, because of how we influence social media by addicting hot female on influencer that tend to attract larger audience like men's. The purpose of this project on addiction to social media: throughout the summer semester of media literacy and new tech, I gain a better understanding of myself and the effect of social media on my life. I realized that when we try to use social media as a way to escape from our everyday boring lives, it can have a negative impact. If we don't have a boring day, in this semester I understand how addiction seems to be a part of who we are, because we are so tied up into our mobile devices that they are trying to entrap us by using media, advertisement, or brand that can engage with our motivation in finding the pleasure of buying. Addiction is a profound effect that must be addressed, but also understand that they are a bad way in which addiction can lead to bad idea, such as pornography, which I will fully address why this is a serious addiction that must be addressed. So first, I did a slide on what is addiction. Addiction to social media is a behavioral condition where a person becomes excessively preoccupied with and dependent on social media platforms to the point that it interferes with daily life, responsibility, mental health, and relationship. Example: gambling, gaming, shopping, pornography, and social networking. So basically, this is where I got to the point where I wanted to present on addiction and how it can lead to pornography, where I guess pornography and social media refer to sexuality, explicit or suggestive content that is shared, viewed, or distributed through social networking platforms. They can include images, video, text, or live stream that depict sexual act, nudity, or erotic behavior intended to cause sexual arousal. Why it matters to address pornography is an addiction. This topic needs to be addressed when it comes to using social media, because it can lead to undesirable behavior such as pornography. This is mostly more toward men, because like me, including myself, I experience and still am using social media as a way to find pleasure and entertainment when it comes to looking at celebrity or actresses who show their entire body on a single post that seem to attract more men than women. Men will go after vulnerable women in person where they will not only endanger themselves but also women. Because the mind of a man focuses on the body of a woman and her size, I tend to do the same thing. But I don't stalk women. I only masturbate when I use social media because I am addicted to women who are posting online of their whole body. And sorry, I wrote this, but I was being honest with the presentation. Whether it is at the beach or the way they can dress to appear sexy, this can also lead to an increase in peeping Tom behavior because I work at a local retail store at Old Navy. One time I experienced a peeping Tom was at a woman department where a man was walking around talking to this woman, where the woman talked to my general manager and had to ask the customer to leave, in which she believed was an attack among women because of how we view social media as an addiction to find women in person. Example of a pornography advertisement. So basically, one time I was looking at my phone and I saw this ad on YouTube where I don't know if you all know the actress Sydney Sweeney, but she was doing this advertisement on this shampoo soap where she was in the bathtub nude, which I guess got like a lot of attention on viewer because men were reacting to her because of how hot she is, and I guess because Sydney Sweeney is very much hotter in reality, she become more attractive. Here's how she present an advertisement of pornography.
Hello, you dirty little boys. Are you interested in my body? Wash? Well, you can't have it. Because this isn't for boys, it's for men. This is Dr. Squatch Natural Body Wash. With long-lasting natural aromas like wood barrel bourbon, pine tar, coconut castaway, and fresh falls, you'll finally get the attention you deserve. So go to drsquatch.com today and quit being a dirty little boy.
Sorry, give me a second.
Hello, you dirty little boys. Are you interested in my body?
So basically, yeah, this basically got me attracted to her when I find myself in pleasure. But this is basically an example how they use pornography advertisement to attract younger men because to buy their product, because Sydney Sweeney was part of their role because the way she approached her tone toward men and how her body seemed to be really sexy enough to attract men because of her nudiness.
Hello, you.
So, and here I also post. And here I also posted an example of movies I've seen and I watched before where they had where they are rated R, which are an example of a pornography movie that have nude scenes. So basically, if you ever watch No Hard Feelings, it's basically featured Jennifer Lawrence, where I guess the movie have nude scene where it tend to attract men because of how she act in her sexual appearances. And I will recommend watching this, even though I'm not saying that you should watch it because it have nude scenes, but it also is a good movie to where it can tend to have a specific message toward the end. And if you ever get the chance, I also would recommend you watching Good Luck Chuck. It's basically I started watching it back in 2022. I didn't know about this movie first until I understood the whole movie. It's about this guy named Chuck who when he was little he was cursed so that whenever he had sex with young women they would reject him but each woman that reject him they find a love mate because they assume that Chuck is good luck for women to finding their true match than him. And basically it also had a nude scene where it also attract younger men to watch the movie. I don't know for the scene, but I don't know if it's for how the movie is set, but I guess it's tracked toward men because men like because this movie seemed to attract men watching nude scenes, since both movies have nudity. This semester, I read from Fluctuation Factor Chapter 3 and Chapter 4 Media, where motivation, the conscious need for a consumer to seek out a media message, in which I, show an example of Sydney Sweeney, advertisement where it's trying to send a message toward us to buy their product because Sydney Sweeney recommended that this shampoo will make you look like a real man. States a temporary drive or emotional reaction to respond to some stimuli usually associated with how the media message is constructed. Degree of identification. We pay attention to characters for whom we identify with. Manifested effect. Things going in our mind as a consequence of media influence. So here's another video of evidence of that pornography addiction lead to sexual harassment, but I don't think I don't have time to show it, but I'll post it on the canvas so that you can read it yourself and watch the video.
This video will...
Conclusion. Pornography is a serious condition, especially toward men, because movies that have nude scene or sexy scene, even on social media, where celebrities tend to post their whole body, are attracting an audience to view their content, allowing us to seek attention in our bodies. Even though it is normal for men to find pleasure in themselves, it is still a forming healthy, respectful relationship. This kind of behavior can lead to distorted view of intimacy, consent, and connection, where men may begin to expect real-life interaction to mirror what they see in pornography or overly sexualized media. Over time, this came down as both personal relationship and individual mental health, making it harder to engage in meaningful, emotionally grounded connection with others. So basically, here's my presentation on addiction to pornography, and I hopefully I did well with the presentation, because I did it in my own work, and this is the best I can do. And I hopefully thank you for this great summer semester, and hopefully you guys would read my presentation on addiction, pornography, and be mindful to what you watch or how you present yourself, because social media tend to trick you to attract their brand, even when it comes to women being sexy. So thank you.
Kamu apa?